Let's try this again, shall we? Clash of the Titans, as per usual, is one of these one-on-one fights. This time, we got members of the X-Men fighting against one another. Xavier School of Gifted Youngsters. So we have Iceman and we got Rogue. Um, I don't know what tangent I was about to go with, but let's just get into the fight. Or actually, just break down Iceman, break down Rogue, then get into the fight. Iceman, purple, blue, and green user, not in that particular order. His green ability is whiteout, it costs 12. It does team damage, well, base team damage, and then depending upon how many blue tiles are on the board, I think it's a max of 15. I think that's the max. You do additional damage based on the number of blue tiles that's on the board. Okay. His blue ability is called Build a Snowman. This this is a two-part power. The first part of the power is it's called Build a Snowman. Oh man, Build a Snowman. Jeez. Where Iceman stuns the target for however many turns you have the power set to. In this case, since it's set to 2, it's a one turn stun. It creates a countdown tile. I think it still should be a 4 turn countdown tile. We'll look at it when we get in the fight. But we're stunned. It creates a 1 turn countdown. 4 turn countdown tile. If you get 6 more blue AP while that countdown tile is on the board, you're able to punch a snowman, which deals a lot of damage to the target or whomever you decide to target. Um, it'll remove the countdown tile and then go back to build a snowman. And we got a commercial break again. All right, had to handle some business. And apparently today just might not be that day to record. I got all these interruptions going on. Anyway, Iceman's blue ability. We talked about his blue ability. Now it's his purple ability. Jeez, calm down, calm down. Blue ability called as cold as ice. Because what's colder than cold, ice cold. Shout out to Andre 3000 and Outcast. This costs 8 purple. It drains red tiles, red AP from us, and then it transforms some number of basic red tiles to basic blue tiles. So you can see the synergy with Iceman. His blue his green ties in line with his purple. His purple helps generate his blue. And then we got Rogue here. For this particular version of the fight, I have her at 5'3", but when we get into the breakdown, this is not how I normally have her. So she's a green, red, and yellow user. Her first ability is Gloves Off, which costs 5. And what it does, anytime we activate Gloves Off, it'll become Pyro Siphon. And enemy matches in whatever color that it happens to be the character who we target, whatever their strongest color is. It's like we gain double AP and triple match damage anytime that we make matches in whatever color that may be. In Iceman's case, since it's going to be green, we'll be gaining double AP and we'll be doing triple max damage to him. Whereas if he matches green, it's not going to do anything to us and he won't generate any AP. The only way that they'll be able to gain AP is if they do match 4s or greater. That's the only way. Now, additionally, if we get 14 AP and whatever the power siphon color is, that AP pool will be drained. So that 14 AP will be drained. You deal the listed damage to the target, and then Rogue takes a little bit of damage as a kickback, or I should say recoil damage. There we go. Sugar, you going down. This costs 12 red AP. Does the listed damage, then destroys a chosen 3. We select a chosen 3x3 tile, then the damage is done, and then we generate AP for the 3x3 blocks that we destroyed. So if we ever get to a situation where I can show you the generating AP part of the 3x3, we'll get to it, but I highly doubt it with her being at 331. And then finally, leading the charge. And so you have a passive ability. As long as Rogue is in front, she takes 20% less match damage, and for each teammate still in the fight. And then whenever an enemy makes green, yellow, or red, which happens to be her colors, she jumps out in front. Now at level 5, again, you get a little bit of an extra goodie. And again, once you get into a character breakdown, we'll talk about that. Mainly, if you have a lesser equipped rogue, make sure that you have one of the following boost at least. The black green AP, obviously, to generate your green a little bit faster. Your yellow red AP, again, that's to generate your red a little bit faster. Any sort of damage power boost, so either the red yellow power boost or the green black power boost, or the power boost for match damage, or if you happen to have one of the following retired boosts about damage to X-Men, you can use that there as well. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use team ups, because again, they do neutral damage. Well, it's neutral to both me and Iceman, like, because you can't fire off team ups in a one-on-one Crash the Titans environment. Alright. Main thing also too, we want to deny that blue because it's okay, so it's a 3-turn stun. So yeah, we definitely do not want Iceman to get blue at any cost. Cascades with team ups and match 4s are perfectly okay. If he gathers green, just make sure that he doesn't get enough green on the board, or I should say enough blue on the board to make sure that his green does his thing. And this is gonna hurt us just a little bit, because this is a blue tile here. That's gonna be converted into a blue tile, and some of these will be converted into blue tiles. So yeah, that's not gonna be cool. See, called it, and now we're gonna be stunned for 3 turns. So we need to make the best available match that we can. And it looks like it might be purple just for the denial. Now we're stunned, and we'll let Iceman do his thing for the next 3 turns. Go ahead and get white out. That's gonna hurt. We'll grab some green, get the yellow matched. Grab some more green, get red. And now it's my turn. Take some gloves off. Go. I'm saying there goes the double AP. Oh man, okay. So we see we got 5 red tiles on the board. If we make this match here, that still is gonna keep the blue active. He's gonna get a blue match regardless because of this here. So again, what do we want to do? We want to reduce the opportunities that the enemy can get blue matches. So if we match this way, it'll deny that match, but that one will still go off. So it's the lesser of 2 evils. Make the match, and now next turn we'll be stunned again, but at least this time we'll be a little bit closer to victory. Now if I wasn't stunned, Bobby wouldn't have been gaining any green AP. So we might get another stun loop again. Again, no choice really. Let's grab some red, because he's been draining our red pretty infrequently. Oh, here comes another red drain here. And now we're about to get stun locked again. But at least this time he didn't gain any blue because any green because he's power siphoned. Build another snowman. Get some more blue drained, more red drained. Time for us to get punched in the face again. Well, punched in the face again. I'm surprised you didn't do white out then that, but oh well. Last turn we're stunned. Power siphon kicked in, so we don't have to worry about that. It's okay because we got double AP here. That's 13. Make this match going that way, and no matter what Bobby does, he's done. A little bit of a scarier fight than what I'm accustomed to, but you know, got the legendary token, got all the Deadpool rewards done. Thank you, Alliance, for playing. 2 more days until I get another legendary token, and then Misty Knight stuff, and we'll just continue on with the month of August with the daily rewards. Alright, let's take a look at Rogue. Complete breakdown. and hopefully some teams that you can sort of kind of mix her up with, or I should say not necessarily mix her up with, but say who to best team her up with, or whom can give her some tactical advantages or whatnot. Green ability, this here's just way too good. Alright. At level 3, you see the damage numbers are pretty weak, and you only do double damage. Whereas at level 5, again, triple damage in terms of your matches, and then you can deal, 20,000 damage. And then also too, what traditionally will help is if you have a character who can fire off any of the abilities that, well, the colors that you're power siphoning. So an example would be, okay, well, if I happen to use Rogue and I power siphon, we'll say Moon Knight for example, and I have Black Widow. Hell, is Black Widow 3? I'm trying to think of a black user. Oh, okay. We'll use Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger with their Darkness Hungers. Like if we have Cloak and Dagger shifted to that ability there. So now Moon Knight, he uses black. If we collect enough black with Rogue, we shift Darkness Hunger. Shift Cloak and Dagger to Dagger being out in front, and then we use Darkness Hungers on whomever the enemy team has. Well, we now can keep enough black to keep the enemy team in check, and two, if we need to shift our powers, so to speak, to get a target or targets gone with power siphon, there you go. Because Cloak and Dagger, again, they generate black, or again, whomever the strongest, whatever the strongest color of the person that you're targeting happens to have, mix and match it that way. I think I probably have to give a real world example for Gloves Off before the video kicks off. Before the video concludes, so that folks aren't gonna get confused by what I'm saying. Sugar, you going down. This is a 3 AP. 3 cover move, and if I can, well, I'll explain why. So think along these lines here. You're in 4-star land, okay? How many good or great abilities are there in 4-star land? There's quite a bit, and each one of them does something a little different. Whether it's Cyclops and his active red, or Mockingbird and her active red, or Jane Foster Thor with her active red, Medusa with her passive red, Peggy Carter with her active red. Those, again, these are just the ones I'm listing off the top of my head. Shuri with her active red, which fortifies tiles, etc. Hey, you mean to tell me that you would use 12 AP to to do this amount of damage. I know, yeah, you deal damage and then you generate AP from the chosen 3x3 block. But realistically, how many times are you going to be in those situations where you're actually gonna have the time to actually consistently activate the power? And that's the thing that I'm always trying to show people. It's like, yes, you can have fun in the game, but at the same time too, you don't want to play the game too long because you have other things to do in life. And yes, again, the damage is fantastic, but getting the 12 AP that you need for that power, is it really worth the trade-off with with her with her green ability and her yellow ability just being, you know, leagues better? So again, drop this here at 3. Don't really worry too much about I'm doing pitiful damage. Just think of this power here as like I don't know. It's like you found $20 on the side of the road. You're like, oh man, y'all found $20 on the side of the road. Is it life changing money? No, but it's $20 more dollars that you had from 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 when you started the day. Now leading the charge again. This here is just too good not to put at 5. Because as you see at level 3, she takes 20% less damage from enemy matches. Now, you're probably like, well, okay, well that's pretty good. At level 4, it's matches and powers. You're like, huh, that's a little bit better. But at level 5, it's even less damage. Even less damage. She jumps out again. She still continues to hold jump out in front, and you've lessened the strength of enemy powers even further. So why not put this here at level 5? Is it with this setup here? Rogue is probably the most annoying character in the game. Is say with her being 3-5, 5-3-5. Like this setup here, she's annoying. Like she's pretty much, as Steven Seagal would say, hard to kill. Again, like I said, don't drop your fire siphon down at 3. You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta take damage with Rogue. That's kind of the drawback behind it. To you take a little damage to yourself to hurt the enemy team more. Kind of like Ares. But again, yeah, 5-3-5. That's the way to go. As far as people to pair her up with, uh, the obvious answer is 5-star Professor X, and I'll explain why if I can find it. Well, he's up here at the top. See this power here called Xavier Protocols? I have it at 3 because, again, I'm not pairing him up with any X-Men. Professor takes 25% less damage for each active X-Men member on his team, and 10% less for each other active ally. Now you've Now you're gonna stack this here up with Rogue. Rogue's gonna start jumping out in front, protecting the Professor or any of her other X-Men allies, and then pair the Professor up with Kitty Pryde, or if you just want to go with maximum. Hey, no, we're not taking any match damage at all with Colossus. Yeah, so Colossus and Rogue, that's like Troll Central there. Because his 83% less match damage will kick in, which will supersede Rogue's stuff. So she's essentially taking less match damage because Colossus is in the fight, but her team damage portion, that 25%, that'll still kick in, and it's just super annoying. Um, Again, you can pair up with Gambit, though you'll be locked into using his red as opposed to Rogue's red, which may or may not be a bad thing. Apocalypse, obviously, because his yellow and his red and his black, his yellow creates projectiles and also too increases the strength of any of your powers. Rogue's Power Siphon, if you happen to target somebody who happens to have black, yeah, you could probably do some pretty disgusting things with that. Just saying. And who I used to pair her up with, I used to pair her up with 5-star Thor because I didn't want Thor to take his damage or whatever. So she would hop out in front anytime a yellow or green or red would happen to be matched, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And maybe Cyclops Phoenix 5, but again, that's one of those cases there that you kind of want to have Cyclops out doing his thing and Rogue doing her thing, and maybe even an Iceman too. But again, you kind of want to have his green and you kind of want to have his blue. But I wouldn't recommend this version of Iceman. Now, as far as 4 stars go, because normally I would do the 3 stars, the 4 stars, and then the 5 stars. But I'm like, nah, I'll go with the 5 stars first, then the 4s, then the 3s, because she's one of those uh, in between characters that you can sort of kind of use in 5-star land. She has some utilities in 5-star land, but it's not gonna be to a point where it's like, oh hey, Rogue's here, you know, let's get rid of this annoying pest or anything like that. So in 4-star land, you mainly want to pair her up with anybody that's like just extremely annoying, like, oh, I don't know, America Chavez, wherever America is at. There she is. Now, America, all of her abilities are passive, but if you happen to get Rogue's gloves off ability, to where she can make matches and gain AP and whatever the target's color, strongest color may happen to be, that's always a benefit. Because remember, two of America's abilities. Fear not mi gente. If you have at least three or more colors where you have the more AP than your opponent, create a critical tile, and then also deal damage if you have it in 5, and then also take it to the multiverse. You know, get those trap tiles, make match 4s, do damage, then you gain AP based um off of the trap tiles. Well, uh, you know, and whatever colors you might have them to be, that that will generate your power siphon or help you generate more into your power siphon. And then again, Rogue will jump out in front anytime, green, yellow, and red are matched. So it's a death by 10,000 paper cuts. Like, who do you get rid of first? Do you get rid of America or do you get rid of Rogue? You know, you also can pair her up with uh any of those characters, like I said, that can use whatever you chose the power siphon to be. So again, anybody that has any active abilities in the power siphon that you chose, again, 4-star Cyclops, Hulkbuster, like I mentioned, Cloak and Dagger, Captain Marvel. That's a plus. Valkyrie to a degree because of her black ability is like if you're targeting somebody for the bounty hunter and it happens to go off. Well, I mean, power siphon happens to go off while bounty hunter's triggered. That's more AP that you can get. Trying to think here. Maybe Electra for the whole power, AP still, maybe. But again, that's really reaching there. You could use Quake with the whole reducing the whole team damage thing. You know, Quake reduces it at a certain amount. Uh, Rogue is 25%, making it 25% less match. I mean, team damage. So if somebody has a power that happens to be a little bit more than what Quake's threshold is for her yellows, you can reduce the damage a little bit with Rogue to have Quake. Is that it might be more in line with Quake to where she can actually reduce it to a minimum of 1. So again, that's a thought. Vulture, that he can generate green. She wants green. You know, that's a good match. War Machine, that's kind of a reach. Karnak, I mean, Karnak's good with anybody. Same with what's her face, Polaris. Polaris is good. Uh, I don't know. I might could. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got you. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Spider-Man 2099. That's ooh. Thank you. Spider-Man 2099. With the whole web top thing, and then the hero thing. That's always a good thing. Um, her and Morbius with the whole special tower removal, and then the denial of stuff. That's always a decent option. Throg, that's a decent option too, especially if you're trying to get Throg's blue ability to go off. Again, that's a decent option. Kate Pride, her and Rogue, that's a an option as well. Though I really gotta I have to mess around with that there a little bit more. I think I'll probably do that next time either one of them is boosted. Well, actually, no, probably be tonight. I can mess around with that though. So I'll make a note of myself with that. All right. Um, I could do. Well, I do want to show off the whole Rogue interaction with the No, I don't want you guys. Okay, this here will work. So, well, so I want. Let's see here. Someone that has either an active red or an active yellow ability to pair up with Rogue. So again, I'm gonna just use 4 stars. Again, this is just a demonstration, just to show. So here's Cyclops, and then I need someone with an active yellow. What? I can use Kate Pride. So again, this is just for demonstration purposes. This is not indicative of anything. Alright, let's see here. Now we want gloves off on red. Since Cyclops wants red, we'll do that. And now since we're at 12, we're at 12 red. Now we can fire off either Kate's power or Cyclops' power, so we can consistently be able to generate either red or whatever we need to generate. Here we'll drop off in Candace Strategist, so I get some more team ups. Rogue jumps out in front. And next turn we'll fire off Cyclops' thing. Sync. Fire off combined forces. Boom. And then again, get you some more red. And you just keep the cycle going. So now, well, now that we actually are about to break through with the combined forces. I mean, well, break through with Power Siphon. Boom, there's the extra damage. He's downed. And then if I wanted to get rid of Ragnarok pretty quickly, I could target him. But you get the idea. So you at least have one outlet to generate the AP. Then you have another outlet to get rid of the AP, so that you're not caught in the whole I'm gonna take damage from Rogue part. So hopefully that's a good explanation as to how to use Rogue. I definitely don't think we can have Kate Pride as a partner for her. I mean, at least not yet. Again, I gotta do a little bit more testing. And speaking of testing, hey, look, there's Alligator Loki. There's Welcome to Shield. Um, Gotta start day one of that there. So let me do Deadpool's daily. Finish that there off, and then we'll go into the deep dive of Alligator Loki, Welcome to Shield, and who are the lucky contestants on Contestants Road.